All right. Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm excited. Anybody excited?
Yes.
I mean, really. I mean, who was that dare to live your dreams? Most of you raise your hand. Was that awesome or what?
Yes.
You know, the fact of the matter is that everything we need is in us. All the resources we have are around us. And so often we look in other directions. And we think we need this, we need that, we need some gadget, we need some, to talk to some guru, that type of thing. And all that stuff is already in us. You know, a few weeks ago, we talked about your purpose. And we said that God puts the purpose in you from the very beginning. You do not have to figure your purpose out. He told Jeremiah, before I formed you, I knew you. When he made Adam, he already told Adam in the beginning, you were to take dominion over the earth. And they didn't have to figure that part out. And you know your purpose because your purpose will be your desire. It will be what's in you already. Some of you travel business and all these other things that you do, those are things you like to do. And now you can make them a business. And on Dare to Live Your Dreams, we talked about the dream. We talked about vision a couple of weeks ago and how you start to walk in your purpose. The vision becomes clearer and clearer as you do this thing. We talked about commitment and some other things. Well, tonight we're going to talk about sales. Who likes sales?
Me.
Okay, I heard Wanda nice and loud. There you go. That's why. But she said it's strong. Let me say it another way. Let me ask this question: who here likes a check with their name on it?
Right
Or to pay the order of? Now, not the one where you sign. Okay. All right. With a couple of commas. Okay, that's good. That's even better, right? You know, maybe it's a credit card statement, but it's paid to you. That work well?
Right.
Well, here's the thing. If you cannot sell it, it doesn't matter what you do. I don't care how good your product is. I don't care how good your service is. I don't care if you've got the best location. If you cannot sell it, it doesn't work. And tonight, my job, my goal, and I'm going to succeed at this, is we're going to go through the sales process and make it as simple as possible. Understand, if you get this, you've got this. Sales is all about features and benefits. Everybody say features.
Features.
And I'll say benefits.
Benefits.
Okay, let me give you an example. I am wearing a pair of black shoes. They're leather shoes. They have shoelaces. They're black, they're leather, they have shoelaces. Those are all features of the shoes. Benefits, well, I'm wearing black, it matches my pants. The shoelaces, I can tie them up and they stay on my feet. Leather is very comfortable. So, the shoes are black, they match what I wear. So the shoe, the color, is the feature. The benefit is I'm wearing black pants. The shoelaces are a feature. The benefit is they stay on my feet. I don't walk out of my shoes. The leather is a feature. The benefit is they're comfortable. If you understand that when you are in the sales process, it's all about features and benefits, giving someone enough features and benefits to buy, you will be okay. The second concept I want you to get in your mind is whoever asks the questions controls the conversation. And that's big. Not the one giving the answers, not the one giving all the information, but the one who asks the questions gets the answers. Any married men in here? Okay, just me? Oh, we got one. Okay, well, amen. Give that man a hand, all right? All right, that's it. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. But here's the thing. I read the Bible, and it says the man is the head. We're the head of the household. We're the priest of the home. But I've learned this in my years of marriage. I am the head, but my wife is the neck. And the neck turns the head wherever she wants it to go. And that's the key. And here's the key. And how does she take control of that? She asks questions. Well, why are you doing it that way? Did you do this? You said you were going to do that. Did you do it? Did you do it the way I told you to do it? What are you doing to me? Am I right? See, I got if he's nodding my head, I got my married brother with me, okay? And you single brothers, just get used to that, okay? Because, and it's a good thing. It is a good thing. But The control comes in asking the questions, because with the questions, you can steer the conversation where you want it to go. And sales is about offering the features and benefits to steer the conversation where you want it to go, where they make a decision to buy. And that's really important, because you don't necessarily want to sell them, you want them to buy. There's a subtle difference. But if I sell you and it's my idea, the chances of you coming back to me again or allow me to come to you and sell you again aren't great, because that customer is going to feel more often than not that they were had. You know, see, sometimes you're desperate. Sometimes you got to have it. Sometimes you need it in the morning and there's only one store open and the price is exorbitant. And you don't feel good about it. You need it, but you don't feel good about the process. You don't want to have to go to that place ever again, even if it's your fault, because you had to be sold something and the experience wasn't pleasant. But when you go to that same store and buy that same item, maybe for the same price, but the experience is different, you are buying, you are making a choice, and we want our customers to make choices. We don't want to make them for them. So, did that make sense? We're talking about features tonight, benefits tonight. We're going to talk about asking questions tonight. We're going to ask about features and benefits in a question form, but our goal is always to get the customer to buy rather than sell. And we do that by giving them enough features and benefits to them that say, okay, I want this. In other words, if I were wearing brown pants and someone was trying to sell me black shoes, that might not fit. But a good salesperson then would say to me, well, let me ask you a question. Would you prefer brown or black? And we'll talk about some clothes now. Well, I'm going to say brown. He's steering the conversation. Would you like slip-ons or shoelaces? Well, I think I prefer shoelaces. Would you like a leather or suede? Whatever it might be. And he's going to ask the questions to get me to the place that says, yeah, I like this one. I'm agreeing with him to the point that I am ready to buy. Now, did that make sense? Yeah. Okay, that's good. Now, the sales process has 4 parts. And I'm going to draw it here on the board for you, but I want you to kind of think pyramid. At the bottom of the pyramid is the base. We spend more of our time on the base, so we go to the second level, third level, and the very top. The bottom is where we want to focus on more outselling. Tonight, we won't spend a lot of time on that. I'm going to talk about that. But the next 3 levels, 1, 2, 3, the sales presentation, the close, and the follow-up, are the 3 areas we're going to focus on tonight. And again, you're going to have opportunities to practice it tonight. So it's not me telling you. That doesn't help you one bit. But the goal is to practice it tonight, that you can wake up tomorrow morning and be able to do this thing. So, this is what the sales process looks like. At the bottom, the base, that's a P for prospecting. The next level is an S for sales presentation. The level after that, or above that, is C for the close. And the top level is the follow-up. So, I've got the presentation, the sales, I should say that right, I'm sorry. I've got the prospecting, thank you, the sales presentation, the close, and the follow-up. Now, it's a process, it's a cycle. I could have written this as a circle. I could have put the P here and moved to the C for, or the S, the C, the P. I could have done it that way. The idea is it's always a continual cycle. And what you don't want to do is get to the end of the process having made the sale and you can't figure out what to do next. You want to create your customer one time. If you create your customer one time, they might be your customer forever and ever and ever, if you understand how the process works. So, let's start out by talking about prospecting. Now, prospecting is very simple. It's how do I get my clients? That's simple. How do I get my clients? There are a lot of ways of doing it. There's the initial contact. I meet this gentleman over here. I shake his hand. I find out his name. I tell him my name. We start to speak. I could be in a store. He may walk into my retail establishment. I could be maybe an automobile salesman, or it could be anywhere. But I will meet this gentleman. That's the initial contact. That's my first impression. That can come in many ways, but probably the simplest is meeting somebody face to face. The other could be you have to create the situation, maybe a cold call. Anybody ever gotten a cold call before? You get the telemarketers. Let me explain something to you. People think, well, why would anybody ever do business like that? There are people that need those services, and they wouldn't keep making those calls if they didn't work some of the time. And some of the time is all you need. So in other words, if they make 100 calls and get a hold of 5 people, but 5 people buy, depending on what they're selling, the 5 makes the 95 no's worthwhile. So it might be cold calling. You've got email. Who's ever gotten email marketing? Many of you found out about this session through email. Didn't know it existed. You might get a flyer. How about this one? You might come to a class, workshop, a seminar. Yeah, that happens. Happened just the other day. It's happening tonight. Branding. You see a logo. We talked about this previously about when I went like this, actually went like this and went like this. And most of you already knew I was talking about McDonald's. I didn't say a word. A 2 or 3-year-old will tell you that's McDonald's. They can't read, they can't spell, but they know McDonald's. Why? Because the branding is so good that in their prospecting, they become aware of McDonald's before they ever eat a Big Mac, before they ever have French fries. They're aware of McDonald's, and it creates an interest. Other things you might do. Well, just advertising. McDonald's is a good example there. Networking events, going places and meeting people. I've got a card, you've got a card. One quick word on networking. The one thing you don't want to do at networking events is sell. It's all prospecting. Too often, people will give me their card and start selling their business to me. And here's the thing. I don't know them. I know nothing about them. I have no rapport with them whatsoever. I don't know if I want to give them my money or anything. Instead, if I'm at a networking event, here's what I want to do. I want to find out what someone else does. I'll walk up to you and say, hi, my name is Fred. What's your name?
Dr. Annette.
Dr. Annette. Very good. Now, what do you do, Dr. Annette?
I'm a wellness coordinator.
Well, what is a wellness coordinator? I'm asking questions, right? What does a wellness coordinator do?
Okay, well, I help people to develop optimal health.
So you help them get healthier?
Yes.
Wow, okay, that's great. Let me ask you something, Dr. Annette. I know there are a lot of people out here, but who is your ideal client?
Everyone.
Everyone? What, everyone? I mean, but is there a specific type? I mean, because I'm sure your stuff is expensive, right?
It's not. It's not expensive.
Well, how much does it cost?
$41 a month.
Wow, so if I find somebody who's willing to spend $41 a month to get healthier, that would help you, right?
Certainly.
You know what I'm going to do, Dr. Annette? Let me have your card. I'm going to make a note of that, and I'm going to go out, and everybody I meet that can spend $41 who's interested in health in general, I'm going to go ahead and have them give you a call. Is that okay?
Sure, thank you.
Now let me explain what I just did. I found out everything I needed to know about her business. Found out what she needed, who she's looking to talk to. Now what happens, I'm at the same networking event, and I talk to someone else. And they're talking about whatever. And hi, I'm Fred. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Jackie.
Hey, Jackie, how you doing?
Fine, and you?
What kind of business are you in?
I have a travel agency.
Travel agency. Like, in other words, I can go all over the place, right?
That is correct.
Wow. I mean, we're talking cruises, all kinds of stuff?
Family reunions, Holy Land excursions.
Oh, wow, that's good. Well, let me ask you this. Who's the ideal client? I mean, who is the perfect person for you to talk to?
People who love to go places.
Love to go places. Wow, okay, great. You know something? I met this person earlier, Dr. Annette. Dr. Annette, listen, she's in health, and what she does is she helps people get healthier. And people that are on the go that want to travel probably want to get pretty healthy. Let me introduce you to her. Let me tell you what happens there now. I've got an ally I've already created. I've already done something for her. I go to talk to somebody else and someone else and someone else, and before you know it, I haven't told anybody about what I do. But I just have 10 allies, 20 people that I can call tomorrow. Says, hey, Dr. Annette, this is Fred. How'd that networking thing go last night? Wow, that was great. You know, I was thinking, I know these people you need to talk to, and why don't you get together with me and let's talk about it? Now, I'm still not selling me. But sooner or later, she likes me. And there's something called reciprocity. It's a law. And if I do this for her, she's going to remember who I am. If I find someone that wants to take a cruise, you remember this. If I find somebody that wants to do anything, and what I have done in my prospecting is I've increased my world, my universe, my network to contact people to be more opportunities to now sell. Does that make sense? Yeah. We see a great example of that every week when Bob stands here. Bob is a great teacher. But what Bob does well is he knows how to yield the space, allow someone else to speak and grow. And what does that person say every time Bob Yates' name comes up? Oh my goodness, you got to talk to my buddy Bob. You got to talk to Bob. You got to talk to Bob. So people start walking in. Hey, Bob has no idea who these people are. I've got to join your thing. This thing in Florida, I got to go to that. It's the best example I've seen. And that's what you want to do. You want to become in your prospecting the go-to person. They should get used to calling you up on the phone. Hey, listen, I'm getting ready to move. Do you know a good mover? Yep. Listen, you know my neck, my back's hurting me, and my shoulder. Listen, you know a good chiropractor? Yeah, I do. Hey, listen. The mortgage rates are going down. It's time to refinance my home. I think it might be a good idea. Who should I talk to? I got a buddy named Alex. He's a mortgage broker. Talk to him. Here's a wedding coming up, and I don't know what to do with the tuxes, that type of, listen, I know an image consultant, I know a wardrobe consultant, I know an event planner, I know all these people because I go and I talk to them. And in that, I create a universe. So every day of my life, I get a call from someone I've never met before who will say to me, hey, I'm interested in what you do, and I'm interested in fitness, I'm interested in something you do. And I said, well, how'd you hear about me? Miss Tia said something to me. Dr. Annette says something to me. Mr. Frank says something to me. And here's the crazy part. I've got referrals from people I have no idea who they're talking about. I've got referrals from people. Now here's the best one. This one woman, I'll never forget this. A woman called me up, this is over 10 years ago. And she says, I want to work with you and your company. I said, that's great, but she was in a place that we couldn't get to. I said, well, ma'am, listen, we can't service you, but I'll tell you what I'll do. I know some people in your area. Let me call the people that service your area, see if I can help you. I called 2 or 3 of my buddies. None could help her. I said, well, who do you know? He says, well, one of the guys said, call this guy, call that guy. He couldn't do it. I said, well, who do you know? But a third or fourth person, I found someone, and I told them what was going on. So I can do that. Well, great. I called the other lady back and said, listen, a gentleman named Joe, actually his name wasn't Joe, but Joe's going to call. He taught me about everything you need. She and Joe got together and hit it off. Here's the crazy part. Over the years, I've got referrals from that lady and Joe. I've never met that lady. I've never met Joe. I don't want to meet them. They may not like me, all right? But it works. That's what you want to spend most of your time doing. Most of your time doing. That's important. It is direct mail. There's other things that you can do. You know, but there's always prospecting. There's always prospecting. There's always prospecting. Always prospecting. I've got to figure out who I got to talk to today. I've got to make a list of people to call today. I've got to go. And what happens here is, see, when you start to do enough of that, you always have people to call. And you get back to them again and again and again. You become familiar. You just become the guy, the lady that people like to see. You're the go-to person. That is what prospecting is about. Okay? Does everybody get that? Because that is big. That will give you what you need. And what you need are a lot of people. Unless you sell submarines, and even then they probably buy a bunch of them, but the Navy buys one submarine and probably costs billions. Unless you sell, and maybe sell one submarine, that might be enough to make you a year. For most of us, you're going to sell a lot of something. And the only way to sell a lot of something is a lot of people to talk to, because you need a lot, because many people will say no. And there's nothing wrong with no. No is new opportunity. Every time I hear new opportunity, because see, I got to get through my no's to get to my next yes. See, and sometimes it's crazy. Sometimes I make 3-4 calls and I'm hot. I'm feeling it. The next 3-4 people I call, nothing's happening. The pitch didn't change. The presentation didn't change. My product didn't change. My service didn't change. But maybe the timing wasn't right. But that's okay, because that's just a new opportunity. So what do? I put them back in line and prospected them later on again. And I asked them the question, well, ma'am, I understand you're not interested. Who do you know that may be interested in what I do? Because I'm asking questions. When they tell me no, well, I appreciate that, ma'am. I mean, maybe the timing's not right. The price might not be right. That's fine. But let me ask you a question. And now I'll get into sales. But if the price were different, would you consider buying? Or I might ask something else. Because my prospecting now leads me to the next phase, which is the sales presentation itself. But if everybody get prospecting, every day, I know a gentleman, this guy is good. Any network marketers in the room? All right, listen. This guy, you want to be him. He has 10 pennies he puts in one pocket. And he goes out and meets people every day. When he meets a new person he's never met before, he takes the penny and he puts it in the other pocket. He will stay out and talk to people all day till all 10 pennies are in the other pocket. But 10 people a day, I'm just going to use 5 days a week. This guy doesn't stop. 5 days a week, 52 weeks of the year, 500 and, oh my goodness. The number is, that's 2,500 and 2,600 actually, almost people a year he's talking to, new people. I'm not talking about the referrals he gets from that, or the question, who do you know? He can't help but be successful. He can't even get back to all the people that he speaks to. But of course, he's also creating a team. And the team starts to work together. Listen, I don't give a flip-flop about your product, your service. You can't go, if your product is lousy, you can't go wrong talking to that many people. All right? Get a guy. You think we got some single men in here, all right? You want to date, just keep asking ladies out. That's all. Just keep asking ladies out. Somebody's going to say yes. There you go. They're going to say for it. It might be a pity date. Take it. Take it. You never know. You never know. It might not be her, but she's got a friend. Who do you know? Oh, yeah. Anyway, let me leave that one alone. But that could be interesting. Hey, listen, you never know. Now, we get into the presentation. The sales presentation is really an interview. You're trying to qualify people. You're trying to get information. You're trying to assess what the problems are. Example. I want to buy a pair of black shoes. I need a pair of black shoes. So I go into the store, and here's the salesperson talking to me. Now, there are all kinds of black shoes. But I'm going to buy a pair of black shoes. Now, the problem is I could probably buy that pair of black shoes at their store or somebody else's store. So he's going to find out, what's my hot button? Is it just about the color? Do you only want shoelaces? Does it have to be in the right size? Do you really want leather? Is it about price? Is it on sale? He's going to ask me those questions. Well, sir, let me ask you a question. What are you going to wear them with? Well, I have a pair of black pants I'm going to wear with tonight, and that's what I'm thinking about. Oh, you're talking about a dress shoe or maybe a more casual shoe? Well, a dress shoe. How about a shoe that perhaps you can wear either or? Oh, that might be interesting. That sort of thing. What size do you wear, sir? Okay, I wear a 12. Now, what do they do? If you've been to a shoe store, you ladies, the salesperson comes out not with one pair of shoes. They come like 3-4 pairs of shoes, right? And you try this one on and that one on and the other one, you go back and you got different things working, and now in your head, they're talking to you. Well, you know, if you wear pants, I'm sure this will work, ma'am. But I mean, with a dress, this might work. Do you wear it to church? Is it for work? Are you allowed to wear heels where you are? What are you interested in? And they start talking to you and talking to you, but they're asking questions. And before you know it, you got all those shoes out there. Ladies, what are you doing? You are choosing the shoe you want. You aren't buying anything. You are choosing the shoe you want. You understand? That's how it works. So you want to qualify them. In fact, somebody shout out their business and just shout it out. Pick one. Who? Fill in your room. Shout out your business. What do you do? What? All right, coaching. Now describe it. What kind of coaching?
I like coaching.
Okay, life coach. Now, who is your ideal prospect? Who's the ideal person for you to talk to? Okay, so she said, I am a life coach, and I'm looking for women that are trying to get over hurdles, and you said something else after that. And accomplish goals. All right, now, okay, that's the group. Now, if I'm selling your business, I don't know exactly how she does what she does. But see, I probably want to get more specific. What kind of hurdles? Self-esteem hurdles. I'm looking for women that are struggling with self-esteem. What does that look like? So I got someone who's stuck, and they might want to move forward. Is that right? Yes. So when they're stuck, what does that look like? What happens to them? Okay, so they're unsure what they want to do. They're stuck. They're unsure what they want to do. So let me think about that. Perhaps you could show them how to get over that hurdle.
Yes.
Okay, now let me explain. Let me stop here for a second. She's asking questions. The first thing you do is interview. The next thing you do is you have to qualify yourself and give yourself value. Because here's the thing. I need to ask, or you might want to say, I would say, well, how do you know how this works? Well, I'm a woman that's overcome hurdles myself. And I have a plan. I've worked through this before. And you join where they are. Their hurdle might be divorce. They're stuck after divorce. Well, maybe it's not you, but you know someone that has, someone you've helped. You want to qualify yourself as the expert in that area. You know, you want to come alongside of them rather than confront them. All right, there is a couple of ways to confront and sell, but if we're talking relationship selling, not as often. So what I want to do is find a woman that's dealt with some stuff, that's left her stuck or left her floundering. And I'm just kind of speaking as if I'm you now. And I've been through this stuff before. I've lived this stuff before. That's why I can coach it. Because see, in my mind, I want somebody who's been through some stuff before they tell me what's going on. I don't need anybody who's got it all together, you know, and just like that. I need somebody who knows what it's like. So now I'm interviewing them, I'm qualifying myself. I'm making myself the expert. I'm talking to them, I'm giving them more information. I'm asking questions, and then I listen. You know, so how much does your service cost, sir? I'm asking you.
No cost, no cost.
Okay, wow. Is it free?
No, it's not free.
Oh, hold on, no, hold on now. Now this is good. This is good. There's no cost, but it's not free. That's all right. That's good. That's good.
Okay.
Now here's the question. So, if it's no cost and it's not free, what is it, sir? Okay. Now.
What's the cost? It's the cost of time.
Now here's the thing. If I'm actually selling him, he said there's a cost of time. So what's my question? Well, your time. How do you measure what your time costs? I mean, how much is an hour worth to you? Okay. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you make $1 million a year?
No.
Do you make $500,000 a year? No. Do you make $100,000 a year?
Almost.
Okay, $100,000 a year. So $100,000 a year, there's 50 weeks, so let's take 50 weeks, that comes about $2,000 a week. How many hours a week do you work, sir? All right, so let's say 40 in the top end for easy math. 40 hours, $2,000 a week, so your time's worth about $50 an hour. Wow. Okay? Now, sir, if I can show you how to take your $50 and monetize it in such a way that that $50 will grow and earn you $75 in this for the same hour, would you be interested?
Sure.
I'm asking the questions because I want to lead him where he wants to go. All right. Now, if he said no, I'm not interested in that. All right. Well, so it's not about the money. So if it's not the money, sir, what is it? It's just about the time itself. Because see, he might not want any more money. He might have to make enough money. But he might want more time to himself. He said, I work 5 hours, sometimes 40 hours other times. All right, and maybe the 40 is too much, or maybe he wants to do some other things. Maybe he wants to travel, maybe he wants to leave. I'm going to ask him all those questions till I find out all the objections. Now, once I've gotten the objections, I've interviewed him, I've got the objections. Now come the features and the benefits. You see, ma'am, if you work with me, I'm going to take you through a process that's going to help you get over that hump, over that hurdle. Now, of course, you're telling them that. The next question is, well, how are you going to do that? All right? And you know, what you might want to do is let them respond. Well, let me ask you a question. And you get back to the questions again. Well, do you prefer a more upfront and direct approach, aggressive, or would you like to take your time and do it slowly? You know? And you start to work from there. Would you, you know, we can do this a lot of different ways, ma'am. Would you like to do it on the phone? Or would you like to get together in person? You know? Or do you prefer email or something? You know, whatever it might be. The idea is you have interviewed them to get information. You are trying to find out what their problem is. The customer has a need, they have a problem that must be fulfilled. And you have to find out what it might be. If I get a pair of black shoes, I'm being very specific, they're not going to show me brown. But if I go in and say I want a pair of dress shoes, the question is, well, sir, what color would you consider? Any man ever buy a suit in this place? All right. What happens when you buy a suit? You buy a nice suit especially. You buy the suit. They're tailoring you for the suit, you know. Meanwhile, the salesperson goes from shirts and some ties. All right? And they start accessorizing for you, you know. And you ladies, the same thing, you know. It's how it works. They are already trying to solve your problem. Because, see, they realize I can sell this suit, but you're getting it for a reason. Why are you getting the suit? Well, it's a graduation. Well, it's a prom. Well, I'm going on a hot date because I just kept asking ladies to go out with me, and one finally said yes. You know, whatever it might be, right? Exactly. But that's where you are. So it's important. You want to interview them. You want to interview them. I go back to the dating thing. Guy goes out on a date with a girl the first time. He just keeps asking questions. Keeps asking questions. So what's your favorite color? Where do you like to go? And it's funny, whatever she says, he likes too. Oh, I love sappy movies. I'm into that. Oh, yeah, I cried too. Whatever it might be. Because he's trying to get somewhere, right? Well, essentially, that's where you are. And you're not lying to them because your product or service is standing on its own. But you are giving them the reasons to buy. And that's really important. So it could be price, it could be whatever it might be. But again, you want to interview them. You want to find out what the problem is. You want to qualify yourself. And then you start giving features and benefits, features and benefits, features and benefits, features and benefits. Somebody shouted another business they have. Just shout it out. Shout it out. Give me a business, please. Somebody. I heard publishing. Okay. Give me one feature of your business. One feature of just one feature. One word. One feature.
Publishing books.
You publish books. All right. What's the benefit of that to me? Okay, now that's good. I have a publishing company that can print a book, but here's the big thing. The obstacle isn't the story. I already got the story, right? The issue is I can publish your book. I can get your story out, period. Period. Forget everybody else. I'm the only person in the world that can help you. Give me somebody else back there shouted it out of business. What was it? Jewelry designing. Oh, that's a good one. That's a real good one. All right, give me one feature of your business.
One of a kind.
So it's unique. I only can get that piece if it's made by you or your company. Is that right? Can't get it anywhere else? All right, feature benefit if I want exclusivity. Can you custom make something for me the way I might want it to be? All right, do you have different price points? We have some inexpensive jewelry I can get a lot of. Maybe some more expensive products that I may only get one or two of, but they're just stunning.
Yes, like one of a kind, one kind.
Okay, all right, that might be it. So,
My practice, no.
okay, well, all right, we'll see. Now the key here is I've got a feature always with a benefit. We went through a couple of hot seats and things in the class. When it got down to what we did, we always talked about what we do and never gave a benefit. These are beautiful keychains. These are beautiful this. You know, I'm in this business. But there's got to be a feature. There's got to be a benefit to that. You know, we've talked about that. McDonald's offers your food fast. Burger King is flame broiled, which apparently must taste better than McDonald's, I don't know. Wendy's was it hot and juicy? All right, what's this different than the others? And when you see the picture and you see what's going on, everybody's having fun, that type of thing. You know, that's where they're trying to give you a picture that says there's some value in there. So we get through all of that. We're analyzing the problem. We understand what's going on. We are ready now to give them what we've got. I am a life coach. I am in the travel business. I have, let me say the right way, not just jewelry, all right, but custom jewelry for you or whatever it might be. And here's the biggest issue that most people have. They go out and they prospect. They've gave a pretty good presentation. They've learned to ask questions and just listen. Ask questions, listen. Ask questions, listen. You always want to say yourself on those questions. If you're asking any question, it takes you more than 4 words. You're talking too much. You know? Do you prefer it hot or cold? Okay. How does that work again? That might be 4 words. Whatever. That's all you're saying, but you're listening. And they're going to keep telling you what you need to hear. And now you're seeing how your product or service lines up with that. But it now comes to close. And this is the crux of the matter. Most people don't get the sale because they do not ask for the sale. It's that simple. They don't ask for it. If the guy, we're getting back to the single guys. I'm trying to help you single brothers out tonight. She's pretty. She's cute. She's vivacious. You hang around her a lot. You try to bump into her when she turns around, but you never ask her out. You never ask her out. And then some other dude walks in. He's not as tall as you, not as good looking as you, doesn't make any money, got gaps in his teeth, but he asks her out. Next thing you know, you get the invitation to her wedding to that brother. Close the sale. You know, I don't know, brother's been dating her. How you meet this? See, this one gets me. I don't know how you sisters do this. I'm not saying you, but these other sisters. How long you been dating this dude? Oh, 14 years. No, you've been married 14? No, we're just dating. All right. He didn't ask for the sale. Well, somebody didn't. She didn't. Somebody didn't. The idea is that you want to close that thing. You have to ask for the sale, ask for the sale, ask for the sale. And what I'm going to do, we're going to be done here in just a few minutes, is we're going to practice some stuff, is we're going to practice the close. But I want to give you some examples of closes, and there are many, many more. I mean, I've got several hundred of these I just went and found. But these are some that I think work well and they're easy to remember. And you don't have to know them all. The first one is what I just said, ask for the order. In other words, I've given the presentation, I've interviewed them, I've found out what the problem is, I've qualified myself, I've taught about my product or service, given the features and benefits as to why my nutritional products will help you get healthier. And now I've got to ask for the sale. So I might just simply ask the question, how do you feel about moving forward? And notice it's a question. Now if they say, I'm ready to go, get the check. But if they say, well, I don't know yet, I'm not certain, what do? More questions, that's right. You go back here. You ask, they say, no, I'm not ready. You go back to the sales presentations and you start asking questions over again. You start even reviewing the questions you said. Well, ma'am, you said if we had it in brown in your size, is this what you would buy? Is that not exactly what you want? Well, you know, I didn't really want the laces. I preferred the slip-ons. Oh, okay. Well, we have those. Would you like to try them on? Along the way. Or maybe brown might really be tan or something, you know, whatever. You want to look at those things. So again, you're going to ask for the order. Another great way to might be, what do you say we give it a try? All right? I'm open Tuesday at 3 o'clock or Wednesday at 3 o'clock. Tuesday or Wednesday, what should you prefer? I am just asking for the sale. That's all I'm doing. I am asking for the sale. So would you like to try my nutritional products? Well, I don't answer the yes or no question. Would you like me to ship the first order to you, or would you prefer I hand deliver it to you and show you how it works? All right? Now, and they may go, well, if they do well, it's not yes. I go back to the presentation. All right? In other words, I'm never going to move up to the next level till I've gotten the previous level there. Because if you don't, and you assume the sale, and that's a good way to, there's an assumptive sale here, which is a good way to do it. If you don't do it without the foundation, that's when the cancellations take place. That's when they don't reorder. That's when they feel like they've been sold and they haven't bought, and therefore it's not a good experience. Somebody talks them out of it. You're going to try that stuff? My cousin tried that stuff. He got sick and died. All right? Hook you right out the sale. So you go from there. Yeah, it's so true. That's right. Another one is the assumption or the assumptive sale. And it works on the principle where you're acting confidently about what you're doing. You're saying something that's true. You make it difficult for the other person to deny it. So in other words, I'm not asking you whether you want it, sir. I'm saying, when can I deliver it to you? Now, you've got to say Monday, Tuesday, or, I'm not ready for that. Then I go back to the presentation. Oh, would you prefer to pick it up on your own? Do you want to come by and put it together for you and show you how it's used? I could go over the manual with you, sir. I might ask, I like this one. What are your friends going to say when you put that on? Yeah, think about that. You know, high school reunion, they haven't seen you in 30 years. You walk in with that suit, let me tell you something. All those girls that said no when you were asking for the sale back in high school, I could have had him. That's what, you're speaking, the assumptive sale speaks into the future. The assumptive sale says, we're already doing this. It's just, how do you want me to give it to you? When do you want to have it? Is 20 cases enough? Where are you going to put it? When I talk to my networking partners and we get into what I do, one of the things for in-home personal training, I say, listen, this is what you do. Real estate agent getting ready to sell a home, real estate agent prospecting, real estate agent talking about stuff, interior decorator, whatever it might be. The question is, wow, this is a beautiful home. Let me ask you, in what room are you going to put your gym? Well, I was thinking about doing some stuff in the basement. Great, because I know a guy, he can actually help you design the gym, help you get the equipment, the flooring, everything else, and of course, show you how to use it and help you get better. And here's the great thing about that. They're doing that for me. Getting my referral, they're already starting. They've prospected for me. They've already started my sales process. And when I show up, I'm already working here. Well, great. I understand you want to build a gym. Well, let me ask you, are talking free weights and machines? Or maybe some of both. Or maybe nothing, none of that stuff. Maybe a band or balls, whatever it might be. What do you prefer? 'Cause we can go expensive and do some things here, but I can save you a lot of money here, and you can spend that on training. And I didn't even work that hard for it, because I spent all my time in the prospecting phase to get me there. That makes sense? That's just something, you're just assuming, I got this. I got this. In other words, brothers, you're asking the girl you know is going to say yes to the date. You already know it, because you overheard her talking to a friend. He's kind of cute. So you right away, I'm going to ask her out, all right, because she's going to say yes. The next is the choice close. Better said, either or. You want to sit in the sun or sit in the shade? This is my favorite one. Would you like it warm or cold? Do you prefer orange or lemon? Here goes one I thought of you when I wrote this. Do you prefer a week-long cruise or a week at a resort? An all-inclusive resort or a cruise? Then shut up. Don't say anything. Let them tell you. Well, I was really thinking about a ski vacation. Okay, well, that's fine. I mean, we're talking Vail and ski resort. Or would you maybe want to go to Massanutten and get more skiing in for your money? It's either or, either or, either or, either or, either or. You know, do you want to get healthier by eating these products and getting them in you? Or would you prefer, I don't know, to die? All right? Whatever, maybe you might want to go with that one. But yeah, you know, the idea is, all right, whatever it might be. But you give me, it's either or. Either or. There you go. Oh, listen, I saw a thing. Somebody sent me one today in the doctor's office. A guy standing there. He says, well, let me ask you a question. Do you prefer finding 1 hour a day to exercise or 24 hours a day to be dead? That's pretty good clothes. Pretty good clothes. Doctor says that. I want that doctor. He did all the prospecting for me. I raise my rates when I see him. The next is the preference. Yes.
Here's a clothes that the cops use, you know, when you catch you speeding. You didn't know you were speeding, did you?
That is one. And let me tell you something about that. Do you know you were speeding? Did you? No, sir, I didn't. Now you go to court. Were you speeding? No, I wasn't going that fast. Well, Officer Jones said that you were going 80. All right, that might be, but that's an either or. Well, actually, that's not so much an either or. It's a different. That's more assumptive, but it works. That's an assumptive clause. Yeah, you know that sort of thing, and that's fine. Yeah. So that's when you go to court, and you say, "Well, Your Honor, I've had a pretty good driving record. I know the fine is big, and you know certainly, you know I will do whatever you say to do, but would you prefer to charge me that much, or would you prefer to see me perhaps maybe go to driving school? You know that, or perhaps I just prefer me to know enough to slow down when I go through the intersection." That works. Yeah, that works well. All right, you got something to go try. Got something to go try. Listen, you try. Listen, all I do is say no, new opportunity. You know, there you go. You try it again. The preference or the alternative, either or, Monday or Tuesday. We just talked about that. The trial, I like the trial. The trial, it's when your prospect balks at the order, when he does not say yes right away. You've asked these questions, concerns, what the objections. Now you need him to talk. So I say, well, how does it sound to you? You said no to me. Well, how does it sound to you? Let them tell you, because they will bring you right back to the sales presentation. So you actually lead them. You know, will that work in your situation? You know, if I could do that for you, would you purchase the product? How about I do this for you? Oh, come on, we're a car salesman in the room. Any car salesmen? All right, they sit back, and everybody knows the game. They list it way up top. Somewhere down below is what they could sell it for. They're trying to make some money in between. Let me go talk to my manager. They go to the back. Manager may not even be there. They sit back, have a, you know, talk about the game. You know, oh, it's been about 6 minutes. Let me go back out there. And they go from there. But what they're doing is they're giving you time to think. They're giving you time to get anxious. They're giving you time, you know, how bad do you want this car? Because if you get up and leave, they'll figure it out. The price just changes. What can I do to get you in a car today? That is a great assumptive close. That's when they open up. And they're ready. And listen, great part about them, they don't try to fool you. They know, but that's okay. You know why you're there. They know why you're there. Let's do business. You know, so you might just pick up, what you do is you call the other dealership, because everything's online now, and you say, listen, I hear you'll sell me that car for how much? Yeah, I'll see you for this much. Okay, great, because I'm sitting in this other dealership with the same car, and they're saying this much. Let them fight over each other, you know, that type of thing. And you start asking the questions. Well, he said he'd do it for 25. Well, we do 24.5. 24.5. All of a sudden, it just starts to change, you know, whatever it might be. But you go. The trial close. The balance sheet close. I like this one. This is when you give them a reason. Well, I know it costs this much and it's a bit big, but it really sounds good. The big TV. You want to buy the 36-inch, or they show you the 50 or the 80-inch. You know, could you imagine watching the game on this one? That's pretty good, you know. Or, you know, it might be something more along the lines of, you know, let's weigh things up. All right, you're not getting this, but you're getting that. That's a big one when you have the service or the product that does not solve every problem. But you want them to make a choice. In other words, well, man, we don't have that style in black, but we have something very similar in the color you're looking for, and it's been difficult to find that. Would you consider getting this and be able to use it in the same way? See, what you've done is you've given them choice. It might not be exactly the choice, but it's close enough that they're able to make the decision to buy. Or when you get the person that wants the top of the line thing, is a little bit out of their price zone and never sold something to somebody they cannot afford. But it's a little bit beyond their price zone, but they really want that feature. And maybe, depending what type of item it is, you might be able to give them that feature but take something else away. You might be able to offer them this. You know, in other words, here goes one you may have heard before. You know, there's a great seminar coming up, and it costs, I'm making up a number, $695. And you can pay it all at one time right now. Or you can have two payments of, I don't know, $312 or whatever the numbers. That wouldn't be right, the numbers. But the idea is you give them an option. A little bit more than they want to spend, but you give them something that says, okay, maybe I can consider that. So that would be the trial close. The future close, I like this much. How much time do you think you need it? Are you considering having it now, or what do you think? When you thought about it, do you think you'll be ready then? Because what do we say to a lot of people? I'm just looking, or I'll think about it. Well, once you've thought about it, will you be ready to purchase then? You know, what is it you need to think about to make the decision here? Is it the $41 a month? Is it, I don't know, cruise is nice, but you got to keep getting off the ship to go to the islands. When I get to the resort, I don't have to go anywhere. You know, whatever it might be. You don't know because I don't like walking that much or whatever it might be. You know, some people, one island's all the same. It's all sand and water. It doesn't make a difference. Other people like to say they've been to a lot of countries. Whatever it might be. But those are the things that you look at. One more, and there are a lot of them. The 1, 2, 3 close. Now let me just say this. Some of you in this room I think want to be speakers. Here is how you put together a presentation that is simple and it works every time. People remember things in threes: Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Green, yellow, then red. We understand things like that. A, B, C. So what you want to do is give people your product, especially when it comes to features and benefits, that hit it right then. This product is cheaper, faster, and more reliable than those guys. That's when you're usually selling against somebody. So, is that important to you? But I've already asked the questions before I got there, right? Is reliability important, man? Is cost an issue here? How about service? You know, those things that you're concerned about. We've got a great service department. We'll come and we'll fix it right there on site. Or as opposed to the other place. Give an example, Best Buy. Anybody ever buy a computer from Best Buy? What happens when your computer breaks? They send it off someplace yonder. 2 weeks later it comes back. It might work. Now, but it's cheaper than maybe some other computer specialist who might be able to fix it all in a day and you've still got your machine. You've got a choice to make. So if I'm the computer specialist, I'm saying, listen, the fact is, A, I want to get it back to you in a day. It's going to be right. If it's not, I can fix it for you right now. Because time is more important to me than money in that position. I need my laptop. I need my computer. Or somebody else says, well, I don't care. I'm going on a cruise. I decided I'm going on a cruise for 2 weeks. Take it. All right? I don't want to spend any extra money. Either one works. But you're giving people information that hits right where they want to go. The houses here are better looking, better built, and better equipped than the other development. See, they cost the same, they look the same, but these are better built. They use better materials. You know, if maintenance is important to you, you're giving them, you've already asked them what's important to them. Durability means something to me. These things, Timex takes a lick it and keeps on ticking. You drop it, you bounce it, it's waterproof, it's all those things. I like this one. This is my business. And actually not so much my business as it used to be constituted, but all my buddies that work with athletes. We'll make you bigger, faster, and stronger. You work with me, you will be bigger, faster, and stronger, which translates to greater performance. I might look at people and say, well, we're going to increase your muscle mass, we're going to reduce fat, and your functionality is going to improve. You're going to reduce your functional age working with me. You might be 40 and going to 41, but your body's going from 40 to 39 to 38 to 37. That's what's going to happen. That's why I create life. I am not in the wellness business. I am not in the fitness business. I am the business of creating life. So therefore, is that important to you? Is living long important to you? Dad died at 55. Granddad died at 55. And how old are you again, sir? I'm 49. What do you think? You what I mean? You know, my sister had a baby and couldn't get rid of the weight. My cousin had a baby and couldn't get rid of the weight. And I'm 4 months pregnant now. All right? The idea being, I create life. We create life. You know, we get these ladies, they you know, in the honeymoon, their bikini look really, really good. But now we're spending a few children later, that sort of thing. And they're like, okay, I don't feel good about myself. Not that I don't weigh so much or what size I am. I don't feel good about myself. We deal with those things. Men will say to me, I don't know if I need to work out or not. Well, here's what you do, sir. What you do is, I want you to go to your mirror, take off all your clothes, and jump. And when you come down, if you hit the ground and stuff is still shaking, you need to talk to me. All right? You get me? But see, that's my clothes. That's my clothes. Oh, yeah. One more thing. Now we're at the follow-up. This is big. This will make you money. Someone you know and I know, my coach says the details are in the front end, but on the back end is where the money is. Anybody, I heard somebody talking earlier about Amazon.com. I love Amazon. I buy everything on Amazon. I buy everything on Amazon. I need light bulbs, Amazon.club. I bought, so far this week, was since Sunday, I bought 3 things on Amazon. I don't shop anywhere but Amazon.com. I will go to the store, look at the item, go to my BlackBerry, see that it's cheaper, and I get free delivery in 2 days. I'm out of there. But what is Amazon? Did anybody buy anything from Amazon before? What did you get after you purchase your order? Those that bought this also bought that. All right? They give you, well, how's that work? You buy the razor, or you buy the razor, but you need the blades. Or maybe the oil, or maybe the shaving cream, whatever, and that type of thing. You know, I give you one for me. I'm big on not putting things in my body that shouldn't be there. Most deodorants have aluminum in them. Aluminum's not good for you. It's good for cans. It's very difficult to go into a store and find a deodorant without aluminum in it. Not on Amazon.com. You put in deodorant without aluminum, they all come lined up. All right? And I buy it, and they say, those that bought this also bought that. Oh, dang. Well, that's what happens. So, your follow-up is your performance. You've made the sale, you got to perform. It's your service, it's your support. It's asking for the order again. All right? The service departments at auto dealerships. Here's the thing. If you go into a automobile, remember, it used to be in the old days, maybe you've done this before, if you bought a car for cash, the price went right down. Now it doesn't do that anymore. Because they want you to take the next to nothing financing, because now they get money for you over the years. Or what they do is they sell you the service package after 100,000 miles, and that's when stuff starts breaking, but they want you coming back. So that's where it is. So the idea is it's in the aftermarket. You know, lease agreements, computer printer cartridges. Every time I run out, I got to spend $100 or $200 to get new ones. You know, you've got that. Different clubs, memberships. Some of us know what that is. Lease agreements. Oh, I mentioned that earlier. Those are things we do. So, I just described the sales process to you. We spend most of our time prospecting. We are farmers or we are hunters. Farmers plant seed, water seed. The Bible says God gives it increase. The hunter goes out with the spear to hunt. All right, now, the hunter probably gets the bigger animal, maybe. You can get a small one too, but a bigger one, but it takes more effort to get the one. But that might be Mercedes-Benz. I guess they don't make Yugos anymore, but whatever the least expensive cars are today, you know, they will do more planning, but they sell more of those. But they spend their time doing this. Then when they get a prospect interested, they start the sales process. They first interview them. They listen. They diagnose the problem, hear the problem. They then qualify themselves as I can handle that by giving features and benefits about what they do that will solve their problem. They then ask for the sale. And then when the sale is done, they make sure there's follow-up. They're calling up the next day. Ma'am, how do you like those new pair of shoes? How did they look when you wore them at the prom? You know, sir, the computer, is it meeting all of your needs? You know, sir, those that bought this also bought that. And you start it all over again because now what do? You're asking questions again, right? You're asking, think about this now. I'm still asking questions to bring you back to here. Well, sir, after you use up the 20, no, I've got a deal that I can extend and you'll give you another 10 on top of the 20 you bought for half price. Would you be interested? Well, I'm not sure right now. Well, sir, that's okay. When would you like me to give you a call back? Call me in 6 months. So you call in 5 months. And you go from there. But all along the line, you're sending postcards, you're prospecting, you're calling, you're emailing, your newsletter's going out, you're shaking hands and kissing babies, or that type of thing. You find out where you go. Fair enough? Fair enough. All right, now I'm done. So we got to do some work now. We've got just enough time here.